gonna even my pretend people are staying apart. This is Sarah Poff, and those are hands. So I wanted to show you one quick trick tonight that is really fun. Of course, I think a lot of different art is really fun. That's what most people would say to you that know me in person. But I want to show you some of the tricks of the trade. Now this one you could do with some, paint. I do ink because I have ink, because I like the way it flows. And if you were to buy a little thing of India ink at Hobby Lobby, it'll last for years. So, but using paint is something that you could do because you don't, maybe you don't have it at home, the India ink. You're not like me, you don't use quills, feather quills, and quills that are have a nib and a staff. You're not one of those kind of people. So, Bowl has India ink. Now, I used to do this with my 4th graders. They loved it. I, however, learned how to take the mess out of it because it can be extremely messy. Now, I'm going to use, first off, this kind of paper. It's somebody donated some poster board kind of things to me. And that way it won't go through because it will have quite a bit of ink on it in the beginning, and then it won't have as much later. And then I'm going to do the green paper. And then we'll see. We'll see. Depends on if anybody comes on and watches me or to talk to me, okay? All right. So I'm going to take these. I'm going to put them in there. And I want them to saturate in the ink. So I want them to fully be in the ink. See what I'm doing? I'm taking the ink and making sure the blue. Now I'm using yarn. Sometimes I use string. Sometimes I use yarn. This is actually one of those tricks that my mother taught me when I was a kid. Mom did all kinds of arts with us when we were young. So she had a very creative mother, and my mother was very creative. So here we're gonna go like this. So I'm just kind of taking all that extra layer out of the ink. Now I'm going to lay this over on the foil. You could have another bowl or something else that you would lay that on. And I'm going to wipe off my gloves. Set my ink to the side. I think I'm just going to go ahead and take my gloves off. Because now I might get a little bit on me, but it won't be too much, even if I do get a little bit. And it's permanent, but permanent doesn't mean it's not going to come off at some point. All right, I see I have one friend watching. All right, so I'm going to lay that there. I have previously folded my paper in half. Either way works. Now, it's going to feather. It's going to have these little cool lines on it that looks like it is a feather as it goes across the paper. Now, see, what you first do is you see like that. You could even do a design like this and then go back in and color it. And now, the fun part is to pull it around and see what kind of design you can make. You can probably hear that noise. Now I'm going to lay that over, and then now you see my design. Somehow I had my phone that I videotape on my phone is what I do, and I had it. I don't know what I did to it. I was trying to improve how I do this, and I think I messed up. So I think I want to add a little bit more to that. So I'm going to put this string back in there, fold it back up, and I think I'm just going to pull it straight down the middle this time. The lightest string on the foil, and open back up. Now, these always make me think of Star Wars. Somebody has to come up with those creations, those creatures on Star Wars. So I see like a nose and an eye and maybe some nostrils that come down here. Or This could be a little creature right here, an eye and an eye, the white of the eye, the dot of the eye, and then you could take marker and add a little bit more, and he's in a cave. He's hiding there in a cave. So that's what you do with this. Now let me see if I take that string I used a minute ago, and I'm going to put in this green paper. And you can learn to lay it down a certain way if you want to see what you can come out with. I'm just more the random kind of person. Now this is so you can see the feather marks I talked about before. Oh, look how fun. See, these look like eyes. He looks like he has a pointed head. These are like ears. This is a wig or hair up there. And these are fun. Of course, I always do like these. Okay, I'm going to get a piece of yellow paper this time. I want to get a little bit bigger paper. And I wet 2 strings. You know what I usually do with the kids is if I have several of them I'm working with, they get 1 string. And they can go as long as they can with that 1 string. And then it's over. But that way it keeps it from being a mess. When I first tried these, I let the kids dip their own string. I always let them see me dip it in there. But I pull them out into a bowl. I put them in there, then kind of pull a little bit of the ink off. And then I just don't give them another one. I don't give them a chance to make that much mess with it. Because the fun part is what happens after you open it. Whew, look at that one. Haha. See, these could be eyes. These could be developed as eyes. And no 2 are ever alike. That's the fun part, is no 2 are ever alike on this kind of design. Okay, well, things are happening real kind of fast around. We live over in the Kansas City area, and it seems like, yes, it's happening fast. I'm going to get off of here tonight and see about what maybe some other things I need to do. But I will be joining you tomorrow at our appointed time in the morning. Not the morning, listen at me. At 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock. I will have a Sunday school craft at 2 o'clock tomorrow. So I'll look forward to seeing anybody who would be interested in that. If you want to do the Sunday school art and craft with us tomorrow, you need a piece of foil. All right, this is Sarah Poff, and those art hands, they're a gift from God. Thank you.